Hi everyone, and welcome to this month's Once Upon a Book Club Live, where we're going to be discussing The Forgotten Garden by Kate Morton, which I just finished this morning, so that was good.
Oh, right, yes.
Today I've got three guests. We've got Maureen, who everybody has seen before. We have Carol, who is coming to us from Massachusetts, and it's 9 o'clock in the morning. And we are also joined by Leslie. So thanks so much for agreeing to come on camera. It's nice to have you.
Thank you.
And welcome to everybody who joined us in the chat. So I think we'll start by, did everybody enjoy the book?
Yes, I did. Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
I loved
long.
it.
Yeah, I did love it. It was one of those books where, you know, sometimes when you get to the end of a book and you think, oh, I wish it had just gone
Yeah,
on a little bit more than that. Just,
Mm.
it was perfect. It tied up all the loose ends. It was just so well written. I mean, I love Kate Morton. I've read a few books by her, but I cried. I cried at the end of this book.
It was very emotional.
Yeah,
It was.
Yeah, very emotional.
Yeah, I'll just give a quick recap of what the book's about. If anybody hasn't read it, there will be spoilers in this video. So if you don't want to know what happens, maybe watch this on replay afterwards. But yeah, it is quite a complicated book, I thought. It's kind of dual timelines.
yeah.
It jumps from kind of 1900s up to 2005 and switches back and forwards during chapters. And basically, it's about a little girl called Nell who is found abandoned on a dock in Australia in 1913, and all she's got with is a little all she's got with her is a little suitcase, a book of fairy tales, and a memory of a mysterious woman called the authoress. She's brought up by the harbour master, I think he's a harbour master, and his wife. And at the age of 21, she is told that they're not her parents, and it kind of throws her. And then you've got Cassandra's story, who is Nell's granddaughter, and then you've got other people's stories. The authoress's story, who is called Eliza. It is quite a complicated book to explain in a couple of sentences. Does anybody else want to have a go from there?
I found it quite complicated in that way. The characters, I thought at first, I'm not going to get into this, but I stuck with it, and then I really fell into it. But it was hard to get into, and I got a bit confused with the characters because their names were changing.
Yeah.
Yes.
I didn't so much get confused with Nell and Cassandra and Eliza. I was quite okay with them. It was the lesser characters, the people who were helping them discover stuff. So like there was somebody called Robin and somebody called Julia, and I kept getting mixed up with the timeline I was in.
I had to take notes. I have many notes. You think I was studying for an exam?
Who gets it was the father of the girl.
Yeah.
I had to take notes.
Was there any characters you didn't like?
Well,
the mother of
what
Rose.
was her name? Adeline or something?
Adeline. I suppose it's obvious, really.
I think they didn't want us to like her.
Yeah.
No, she was.
He didn't. I didn't particularly like Rose either.
No.
Yeah. Eliza having the baby for Mary.
When she went, and Eliza went there, and her and Rose started to get on, and I thought, well, you know, behind her mother's back, she was being nice to Rose.
Yeah.
Then, of course, everything changed later.
Yeah. I quite liked the we're going to go backwards and forwards quite a lot with this book, I think, because it was so involved and complicated. Welcome to Black Country Girl, who has just joined us in the chat. It's her favourite book by Kate Morton. I think I would have to agree with that. Yeah. Christine, hi Christine. Christine says she got mixed up with characters and timelines, but I really enjoyed it when I got into it. I think that seems to be the consensus, doesn't it? But I really enjoyed the storyline. The beginning, sort of late 1800s, 1900, with Georgiana and Eliza and Sammy when they were living in what did seem a little bit like an Oliver Twist kind of story. I really enjoyed that, and I would like to have. I think I would like to have heard more of that, but I guess it wasn't imperative to the.
But did you guess? You know when Eliza had the baby?
Sorry.
When Eliza had a baby, didn't she, for Mary? Eliza.
Yes, I did get towards the end that it was Eliza that had the baby. Yeah. So Rose, who was Eliza's cousin, obviously couldn't have children, which we didn't discover until later. So she asked Eliza to have a baby for her with her husband, which for its time was quite quite progressive, really.
Did anybody think? Sorry, but did anybody think if it was that it was Mary that was going to have the baby and give her baby to Eliza to Rose?
For a while, yes, for a while.
Yeah, I thought it was going to be Mary's baby that was going to go to Rose.
Yeah, I thought I had it all figured out, and then I said, "No, there's too many pages left. Something else is going to happen."
Yeah,
and it did.
Yeah, I did think it was Mary, but like you, I'm thinking there's got to be something there.
And then there was that thing that Will had said that he saw Eliza with a family member through the window, and then he stopped liking her after that. That older man, Will. So I said he saw her with a family member man, and that had to be Nathaniel.
Yeah.
So,
do you know what I thought? I actually thought Linus had maybe forced Eliza, forced himself on Eliza, and she had the baby from him. That went through my head. He was an odd character.
Yeah, he was odd.
Yeah, Linus was Georgiana's brother, which made him Eliza's uncle.
Yes.
But he's
the one that had Eliza kidnapped and by that Mr. Mansell or whatever his name was, with the Prince Niz.
Yeah. It did have a very kind of Charles Dickens theme, like feel to it, that era.
That era.
You're right, because when Sammy got run over by the cart, wasn't it, in London?
Yeah.
In London, where they got run over?
Yeah.
That was a bit Dickensian.
Very.
You know, when I read that book, I thought
what was the woman called who Eliza and Sammy were living with? Was it Mrs. Swindle?
Swindle.
That was very Charles Dickens.
Yes,
I kept picturing Oliver Twist when she was mentioned.
Right.
Yeah. Hi, Linda. Black Country Girl says Kate Morton books can be complex. Yeah, I've read a couple of them and they are quite complex. She's a very clever writer. Very clever.
Yeah.
It keeps your interest.
Yeah.
I've never read her before.
I never did either.
Right. I've read The Secret Keeper, which I can't remember because I read it so long ago. And I've read The Clockmaker's Daughter, which is a really good book. That with Clockmaker's Daughter feels like two separate novels in one, though. It's a little bit disjointed, but it was a good book. Christine says she did think Linus had abused Eliza and she abducted Ivory to stop it from happening to her. Yeah, that was my thought, Christine. I thought it was Mary at first, and then I thought that was happening. And then I thought maybe Nathaniel fell in love with Eliza. decided to take the baby. But yeah, so when Nell's parents, who were Hugh and I can't remember the woman's name, Lil, the harbour master parents, when he told Nell when she was 21 that they weren't her real parents, do you think he should have waited until she was 21? Or, I mean, obviously she was 4 when she got there. Did she remember being left on the dock?
Yes, yeah.
She did.
Yeah.
Yeah, it came up
Right.
later.
All she remembered was she didn't know her name and she wasn't supposed to say anything, but she did have memories of that. It was coming back to her.
So how did she not know that Hugh and Lil weren't her parents?
She kind of forgot that whole doc stuff growing up.
Right.
You know, that she was
I
with
think
them.
it would have affected you so much that you kind of ditched your fiance and just didn't really feel connected to your sisters. Do you think it would have affected you like that?
Yeah, I don't know.
No,
probably not.
It because you didn't really find out much about Nell's life between then and when she was in 1975, when she found out she'd inherited the cottage. You didn't really hear much about her life.
Yeah, right.
No, there was that thing in the. What was the thing in the chimney that was hidden in the chimney at the beginning of the story?
The brooch, and I knew she'd go back for it at some point.
Yeah, the brooch.
It was in some mustard pot or something like that.
Yeah.
And was that the same brooch that they found when she had been buried in the garden?
Yes.
That was the same brooch they found there.
Right. She went back for it. She left the little child at the dock, and she went to go and get that thing from the chimney.
Yeah.
And she put it in her dress somewhere in a pocket of some sort. And that guy, well, she jumped out of the carriage or something on the way back and got killed. And he buried her in the garden with that dress, of course, and the brooch was in the pocket, and that was the only thing that was left when they found
that was just so
I hated that bit. I hated that bit when she jumped out the carriage, because all I could think of was her daughter.
Yeah.
You know, being on her own, and
it felt that part felt very like one of our fairy tales.
Yeah, we had those fairy tales through the book.
Yeah. I think the fairy tales reflected what were going on in the story. I liked the fairy tales.
Yes, it did. Yeah.
I wanted to read more fairy tales.
Yeah. I enjoyed the fairy tales.
Yeah. It was poetic justice that Adeline got a thorn in her hand, wasn't it? And she died from blood poisoning.
Yeah, I thought that. I thought it's sort of a revenge thing, isn't it? It's sort of because the rose had revenge on her.
That was very fairy tale like.
Yeah. And did anybody else think that Rose and her husband, when they said she'd gone on the Lusitania, I thought that's where she was going to die because of the Lusitania. It was blown up, wasn't it, or something? I can't remember. Didn't it just sink?
Was that sank during the war?
No, that was the. That was
5 years.
Well, maybe it was a bit later on. It was sunk.
Later on, yeah, must have been.
I actually googled Lusitania after I read that because I'd heard of it. Couldn't remember what happened to it, and I think it got sank during the First World War.
During the First World War.
Yeah.
That's where I thought that they were going to die when they were going on the Lusitania.
Yeah.
And then it turned out they were okay. They were in New York, weren't they? So I thought,
she was very needy, Rosemind, wasn't she? She was very needy.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah, maybe that was because she'd been kept as an invalid by her mother for so long.
Yeah.
Well, it seemed to me when her mother took her to New York and she spent that time with her away from the other one, or the other girl. What's her name? Eliza. I thought then her mother, she came back with a totally different personality when she came back from New York the first time. When Eliza went running up to see her, and her mother said, no, she needs to rest, and then Rose didn't seem the same to Eliza after that.
Yeah, because she had a man, didn't she?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, she had something else to occupy her. What else was I going to say? So at the beginning of the book, when Hugh finds her on the dock, he receives a letter asking if anybody had found a little girl. Now, they never really mentioned that anymore throughout the book. So who do you think sent that letter? Do you think it was Linus?
Yeah, I think it was the detective or somebody, because they at home there they told everybody she had died of scarlet fever.
Yeah.
And then I think they went looking for her. Probably
Yeah.
Linus and Adeline went looking for
Linus
her.
wanted her, didn't
Yeah.
he?
They sent that detective guy out to look for her.
I thought it was mentioned later in the book about the letter.
And they didn't find her. Yeah. Right.
Linda says she thought that, Leslie. So whatever you said, Leslie, Linda thought the same.
Oh, right.
Linda also said she's glad she went back to it and persevered. She had to write things down, though.
Yeah, no.
Oh, I got so many
Yeah,
notes.
I've got so many notes on it.
I think when you know you're going to be
maybe it's the sort of book that you should write notes about.
Yeah, when you know you're going to be discussing a book, I think you have to.
Good idea.
Yeah. I got a lot.
I just finished it this morning. I mean, I thought I finished it this morning. So did you think Eliza having that baby for Rose, do you think that was the right thing for her to do? I don't know if that I felt that was something she would have done.
Maybe they did things like that, Maybe at that time they did things like that.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, how horrific was it that Rose had burns on her stomach from a 60-minute X-ray?
Yeah.
That was shocking, that.
You're right.
Shocking. That doctor was a godfather as well.
So it was so in its early stages, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Like
Yes.
taking X-rays and that.
A lot of radiation.
Didn't even think it would do anything.
Mm.
I mean, I know I'm showing my age here a bit, but I can remember going in shoe shops over here and putting your feet in one of those things that they used to look at the shoes or in your, with your feet.
Right. They took an X-ray of your feet. Right.
Yeah, no,
I don't remember that, but my older sister did. Yes.
Yeah, and you think to yourself, well, that was radiation, and they had them all in the shoe shops.
I don't remember that.
It was before me. My older sister did that, and they could see where your toes ended in the shoe. Whether the shoe would fit you well. And they did it all the time. They didn't think anything of it.
No.
Do you remember that, Maureen?
No.
I remember. I mean, I come from London, and they were sort of in the shoe shops down there, and they'd say to you as a child, "Oh, come and stand in here, and we'll make sure that your shoes are right." And what you say, you could see the skeleton of your feet and the shoe. But I mean, they were probably dangerous now, thinking back on it.
I mean, it's quite a good idea, really. We weren't going to get radiation from it, but yeah. So has anybody, how many stars would you give the book out of 5?
I gave it 5.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't like to give anything 5, so I'd say 4.
No,
I'm a bit like you, Carol.
4.5.
But in this case, I think because it was 5. I can't think
I'd
of
give
anything
it 5,
that's wrong.
but I'd like to got to grips with the characters a bit more and not got lost in the beginning. So that's why I'm giving it 4.5.
I would have liked to have like read through 1 year of it at a time, like because you wanted to keep on going. They leave you hanging at you're in 1913 and you want to continue reading. Well, that's 2005, the next chapter, and then back to 1975, and then back and forth. I'd like to stay with one. If I could figure out how to do that, I would stay with one until the end. Because I'm trying to figure, are they older now? It's the same characters, but they're all older, or are they younger? Is the same cottage, but is it old and broken down, or is it nice and new looking? What's going on in my head here?
It was interesting to take each chapter out of the book and rearrange it.
And rearrange it.
Yeah. I think
sorry.
No.
I was going to say, do you think that the stone statue of the boy was to represent Eliza's brother, Sammy?
Yes, I do.
Yes, I think they said it was. Yeah, I think they said it was. Yeah.
It was after she'd slept with Nathaniel, wasn't it? And Eliza had told Nathaniel about
the story, right?
And he gave her the statue.
He gave her that, right?
I thought every little end was tied up. There was nothing really, apart from that letter. There was nothing really that wasn't tied up. I do think I liked the 2005 timeline with, was it Cassandra? I liked that least. I didn't think the 2005 timeline was as interesting as the older ones.
No.
That was more like the solving of everything.
Yeah, it was. Christine says, Eliza thought of Rose as a sister, and I think if any of my sisters were desperate to have a baby, I would have helped by having one for her. She gave it 4.5 stars. Yeah, I guess that would be right.
People have done that, yeah.
Yeah. Linda said she gave it 5 stars because it made her work. It definitely made you work.
It makes you think.
Yeah. So is there anything anybody else wants to, have you got anything in your notes there, Carol, that we haven't covered?
I have so many notes, and I have the different years highlighted in different colors.
You take the time to write
my
them.
memory, make sure I can remember everything. No, I guess we've been through. It was just so I could, because of the switching back and forth, that was hard for me. So, I got to write something about all these chapters. So, whatever there was, or some new name and who the person was. So when it comes up later, I have to say, well, Ben, who was he? And then go back and say,
I remember. So do you think Cassandra, she wasn't going to go back home, was she? She was going to stay in the cottage with Christian and live happily ever after?
Yeah.
I hate a romance, but
I know you want a happy ending, and then this one didn't really. Finding out she died,
Well, I think I felt like, in a way, it did have a happy ending because it felt like Kate Morton had intimated that Eliza and Nell were together again.
Yes.
Through God.
Yeah.
I wondered for a while what Forgotten Garden, why it was called the Forgotten Garden. But I guess it was what tied everything together, wasn't it? They all felt connected when they were in that garden. Because I felt Cassandra was having like some kind of, not flashbacks because it wasn't her, but she was kind of having memories of Eliza being pregnant.
And it was forgotten some of the time, wasn't it, through the story? Hello?
Said that?
Oh.
Nobody's mouth was moving. Who said that?
Yeah, I was looking.
Oh, I'm frozen. My thing's frozen. My picture's frozen. I don't know why.
Yeah.
She's not connected to her lips moving.
Come back.
Oh.
What were you saying? We
See
could
if I-
still hear you.
You can still hear
Well,
me.
the forgotten garden was the fact it was the other side of the house where the Cassandra was buying.
Sorry?
The house that Cassandra was meant to see at the end, Forgotten Garden, was the other part of the house, wasn't it? It was
Yeah.
all left to
Yeah.
go back and ruin, and they brought it back to life, didn't they?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was lovely that when they.
Yeah,
I could picture that garden. I could picture us sitting
yeah,
under the apple tree and everything.
yeah.
Yes.
And when they
yeah.
started to rake it all over, you found all the bits of it, didn't you, of the garden itself?
Yeah. Yeah.
It's almost like the secret garden, wasn't it?
It was a little bit.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
I mean, they went to some lengths to keep Eliza's pregnancy secret, mind, by building a wall, didn't they?
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, in these days, in these days now, people wouldn't think twice of somebody being a surrogate, would they? But I guess in 1909, it was probably frowned upon.
Well,
Yeah, and they hid things away, didn't they? Anything in the family which now would be open, they used to hide it away in the family.
I think they did that probably up until the 70s. I don't think we've been very progressive at all in the 1900s.
No. It was,
I watched. I'm going off topic a little bit here, but I watched the Tudors, 4 series of the Tudors recently with Jonathan Rhys-Meyers in it about Henry VIII. So obviously that's the 1500s, and I was completely shocked. I honestly don't know how human beings have ever survived till now. We should be extinct the way we treat each other. It was shocking. And
in which way?
there was some of that in the early 1900s.
In which way, Karen?
Sorry?
In which way?
I mean, the fact that the way women were treated, for a start, I mean, we were nothing, completely nothing. We were just pawns in a game. And all of the way the world seemed to be ruled by religion. And if you weren't of the right religion of the moment, horrible things happened to you. It was quite shocking. But I did enjoy it. I enjoyed the series. That sounds awful.
I don't think women didn't have any rights at all, did they?
No, they didn't.
Controlled by the men, and I mean, it's only when we got the vote probably things changed.
Yeah, I still don't think some things have changed. But
No,
going back to the book, I think I don't think Rose was ruled by Nathaniel. I think Nathaniel was ruled by Rose. I think he did what she wanted.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah.
And her mother.
Yes, she was a horrible mother. And she had, apparently Adeline had come from nothing as well, hadn't she?
Right.
She came from a poor background. So you think she would have...
Well, Leslie disappeared.
Oh,
Let's gone again.
sorry.
Oh, her voice is still there.
I'm having teething problems.
You'd think Adeline would have had some sympathy for Eliza, but she just didn't, did she? She didn't like her.
No,
No.
she did not.
Christine says it was sad that Leslie gave Cassandra away. Leslie? Oh, yes, Leslie.
Yeah, that Leslie.
Leslie, yeah. Nell's daughter gave Cassandra away, even
Cassandra's mother.
Yeah. She had a new boyfriend, though, didn't she, and wanted to start another family.
Leslie, your picture is here, but you're frozen.
I know. I don't know how I unfreeze it.
You haven't there, Leslie.
I don't know how to unfreeze it on the tablet.
I wonder if it's your internet connection, your Wi-Fi.
I don't know. I'm not going to mess about because I'll probably do something worse. I mean, on here it's more or less
So
I
is
don't
the
know.
consensus that we all enjoyed this book and we will all read some more Kate Mortons?
Yeah.
Yes, I
Yeah.
will. I will.
Yes, I would
Oh,
agree
I
with
don't
that.
know if anybody else's book had these in, but I really liked these. Hang on, I'll see if I can find one. I should have bookmarked it really. Oh, there it is. So when they were about to start one of the fairy tales, the page looked like that. Did anybody else's book have
Oh,
that?
no, I had
No.
the paperback edition,
So
and it
that,
didn't
that,
have it.
that signals the start of a fairy tale. So I thought that was a really
No.
nice touch.
The print, I think, was a little different in mine, but you know, not that picture. No picture.
So were all of the in your book, Carol, were all of the places sort of still Cornwall and all that? Because I know have you read previous books in the book club where sometimes they've changed the geography?
Yes, there was one that was supposed to be well, here it was supposed to be in Connecticut, take place in Connecticut, but all of you had it in England somewhere.
I can't remember what book that was.
I don't remember either, but I do remember. And while I was reading it, I was thinking there's something weird here because they would mention things about school vacations and stuff that we didn't have here. It was at different times. They'd say, "Oh, the door to the kitchen. We don't have doors on our kitchens. They're just open." There's no door to go into the living room. There's no door to go into the kitchen. But seeing some of your homes, I love it. I love seeing the differences in the, that people have in different countries and stuff. And we don't have that. So I thought, there's something different about this. Just certain expressions. They tried to make it, and the author said that she had help Americanizing her book, but there were certain things you just couldn't get out,
Yeah. I definitely remembered you saying that. Did you read the author's note in the back of this book where she said she got the idea from was it her grandma had a secret? Did you read it in the back, the author's note?
I didn't know. I have acknowledgments and I have the epilogue.
Oh, right.
Oh, yeah, wait a minute. No. There was, again, it was like a story.
Right. It says when this was Kate Morton's grandmother, when she was 21 years old, her father told her that he wasn't her biological parent. And for a long time, my grandma didn't tell anyone else our secret. Obviously, it wasn't that she'd been left on a dock in Australia, but that's where she got the idea from. I do sometimes think when you think of little snippets of your life, you just think, that would be a good book. Maybe I'll write a book.
Right.
Have you ever had a go at writing a book? Oh, Leslie's gone.
Yeah.
Has anybody had a go at writing a book?
What?
Have you had a go at writing a book ever?
No.
Would you give it a go? I have dabbled in the past. There is something called National Novel Writing Month, which happens in November. And what you're supposed to do is you're supposed to set aside half an hour or something every day for the month. And you have to write, I'm not sure if it's 1,000 words or however many words would add up to 50,000 by the end of the month. You're supposed to write that many words every day. And at the end of the month, you have the bones of a book. I did attempt to do that once. I think I got to 25,000 words.
Well,
and I gave up.
Oh.
But it was,
why did you give up?
Sorry?
Why did you give up?
I can't remember now. I think I just my mind kind of worked for the first couple of weeks, and then I sat in front of the keyboard and thought, I can't think of anything else to write.
I've got enough writer's block.
You were just supposed to doesn't matter what you write, just write anything. But yeah, I couldn't make it work.
I'm like that with things. If it stops being fun, then it becomes more like work. Yeah. And like, oh, I got to get to that today. And your hobby isn't fun anymore. So.
Yeah. Well, I mean, YouTube started as a hobby for me. And it's still fun. Black Country Girl says, if you enjoyed The Tudors, read The White Queen by Philippa Gregory. I have heard of Philippa Gregory. Did she write the other Boleyn girl? I just have a fascination for Henry VIII and anything Tudors.
Oh, right.
Yeah. Oh, Leslie's back. Leslie's back.
Come in again.
She's not.
There you are.
Oh
Okay.
dear.
So has anybody read anything else that's good?
Well, I've read the Floating Amsterdam book Flower Shop. That's really, really good.
The Floating Amsterdam Flower Shop.
Flower Shop
Oh.
by Annabelle French. It's
Annabelle.
really, really good. Obviously it's about Amsterdam.
Strangely.
Yeah. But it's really good.
Annabelle Welsh, did you say?
I didn't know they'd even got a flower shop in Amsterdam, a floating one. But apparently they have got a floating shop in Amsterdam.
And it was a good.
There's a floating market like type of thing. It's
Yeah.
really, really good story. I enjoyed that.
Anybody else?
No, just that, because it was enough.
Has anybody read anything that they didn't like in the last one?
Oh, haven't you read anything since Flower? Since the Forgotten Garden?
Who, me?
Leslie? No, Leslie.
Leslie.
Sorry.
Haven't you read anything since the Forgotten Garden?
No, I've been reading what's it called? Oh, I can't remember the name of the book now. It's completely gone. But I've been sort of reading it now and again, the stuff a book. But it's one of those books that I'm having trouble getting into.
Oh, right.
Sometimes I think, shall I give up? And then I think, no, persevere for a bit longer.
Yeah.
Because some books you do persevere and then you find you're enjoying them because suddenly you'll go get into them. Other books, when you finished it, you think, I don't know why I've read that because I can't even remember it because it was so bad.
Yeah, I've read a couple of books where I've got to the end and I've thought, oh God, that was a waste of time.
Yeah.
Have you read anything interesting lately, Carol?
No, it took me like 3 weeks or so to get through this, and I just finished over the weekend. And then I don't know, I spent a lot of time on YouTube looking at all of you ladies' different YouTube things because since I discovered that, I enjoy that. And I have other TV shows that I have recorded that I still haven't had time to watch.
I've just started watching something on Netflix called Loch Ness. It's a 6-part murder mystery thing. I've watched 3 episodes. It's really good, actually. So
Loch Ness Monster.
Sorry?
The Loch Ness Monster?
No, it's not to do with the Loch Ness Monster.
Right.
It's about a serial killer in the area of Loch Ness.
Oh, right.
Yeah, it's really good. Again, a serial killer is really good. Shouldn't really say that.
I started watching last night something called The Diplomat. I don't know if you get that. It's about an American diplomat, but she was made ambassador to England, so they're over there, she and her husband, and I don't know what's going to happen next, but because I only watched 1 or 2 episodes.
Was that any good? Does it feel like
it seemed okay? I didn't understand everything they were talking about because it's all, I try not to get too much into political stuff right now because it's very depressing. Here.
Yeah.
So
No.
Very depressing everywhere, I think.
Well, ever since Osborne died, I've been watching the Ozzy Osbourne shows.
Oh yeah, I like those shows. Yes.
I never saw them.
He was funny.
Linda Orm says you can write an autobiography through AI now. You just answer some questions. Oh, that's a good idea.
See how they put your life together.
Yeah, that would be interesting. Christine says she's read Our Summer Together by Fanny Blake about a 60-year-old woman. Very good. I love to read books that are about women of my age. because you get
Yeah.
so many books that are about women in their 20s. It's
Yes.
ones.
Right. I like to watch TV shows and movies about older people too.
Yeah.
Because I can relate more.
We're
Yeah,
just
I agree.
about
Yeah.
awesome together. And Christine also says she's watched The Diplomat. Rather racy,
Yeah.
says.
Oh, is it? Oh, I didn't get that far.
Yeah.
We like anything racy, it's fun. So we're not having a book for August because I think a lot of people have things on in August. But the book for September, the poll was up on my YouTube channel. I don't know if everybody's voted in it.
Yeah.
So far, it looks like it is The House Across the Street.
Yeah.
I think it was. But I'll leave it up for a few more days just to see, because every one of those books sounded interesting, to be fair. And I know Maureen's already bought The Missing Family.
Yeah, that must be fun. But I bought that before it's on there.
Well,
Yeah, that did sound good.
Picked, you can feel free to fill us in at the end of September on what it was like.
Yeah.
Does anybody read anything? I think I brought this up before when I used to write in. Out of their comfort zone.
Out of their comfort zone.
Out of your comfort zone. You know how you get used to reading one type of book?
Right.
Something completely different that you wouldn't read before.
Well, that's why some of this book club is good, because it's out of books I wouldn't ordinarily choose. Books with ghosts and stuff in them. I never would choose that, but well, that's different, you know.
That's what I find with a book club. Yeah, you do read things that you wouldn't have picked up and read.
Yeah,
it's
that
true.
Book, was it The Nightingale that we read about?
Oh yeah, I read that years ago, and I loved that book.
That was never a book I would have picked up to read.
Yeah, I would. See, that was something I was into, was World War II stuff where women helped, stuff like that. I was reading a lot of that. I learned a lot.
Yeah, I
think when I see books like that, I just think, oh, this is going to be completely depressing. But at the time I read it, was quite a bad time for me. But I really enjoyed the book. I thoroughly.
I haven't read it.
But I enjoyed the book.
And I understand they made it into a movie, but they didn't release it because it was made during COVID time, and the theaters were closed and whatever. So I don't know. They never released it. I would love to see that.
I haven't read The Nightingale. What's it about?
The Nightingale?
Yeah.
Oh, let's see. It was a while since it's about a couple of women who were, during World War II time, and it was in France. And one of them was helping the underground, and the other one was like staying at home. But didn't she have a soldier or someone had to live with her? And it's that kind of stuff, you know, and what happened to them during. I like reading what happened to them during that time.
I had
sorry,
before I read it. Sorry, Leslie.
Who's it
by?
Sorry,
who's it by?
Who's it by?
Kristen,
I forget.
Kristen Hannah.
Kristen
Hannah.
Yes.
Right. Okay.
Right.
Yeah, I've got it to read.
She's good. She's a good author. Yeah.
I think the only other book I've read that's kind of out of my comfort zone was a fantasy novel. I love fantasy. I like to watch it on TV. I'm big into vampires and werewolves and all that. But I never read it. And I read what was it called? The House of Earth and Blood by Sarah J. Maas. It is an 800 and odd page book. It is a really thick book. And basically, nothing happened until page 750. They built this thing up, this tension between the two main characters. One of them was like a fallen angel, and the other one was like a fairy. And they built this kind of sexual tension up with them for 750 pages. And then nothing happened. I've got the next one to read, so I'm going to have to read it at some point. But I don't know. I don't know if that kind of book is. What do they call it? They call it. It's a combination of fantasy and romance. There is a word, I can't remember the kind of two. But I don't like romance. I hate romance.
I don't either. I don't like romance books.
No.
Yeah.
No, I don't either. I like there to be a story there, not just all romance all the way through.
It's the wrong impression of real life, doesn't it? Ricky says, I love Kate Morton, but this book I found a bit disappointing compared to her other books. That's interesting, Ricky. If you're still in the chat, why was that? Why did you find it disappointing? Like I say, I know I've read other Kate Morton books, but I don't remember what they were about because it was that long ago I read them, apart from The Clockmaker's Daughter, which I really enjoyed.
I should definitely read more of hers.
Sorry?
I'll definitely read more of hers.
Yeah.
So I think that's about it. So yeah, I'll leave the poll up for September's book for a few more days just to see if we get any more votes on it. But it looks like it's going to be The House Across the. I've actually got the book. I can't remember where it is now. The house. Oh, there it is.
When is that set, Karen? What time era?
What? When?
I have a feeling.
Oh.
The 1960s.
Oh, good.
Yeah. I think it's
I can relate to that.
kind of murder mystery. I think it's a murder mystery set in the 60s.
Yeah, everybody wants to know what's going on across the street.
Yeah, it's good.
It's funny you say that, but the house across the street from me, when I look out of my sitting room window, that's what I see, the house across the street. And they've had they had a huge hedge and big trees, so you couldn't really see their window. They had that all chopped out last week, and the hedge is now about this high. And it's all gone, and I'm like, why have they chopped it all down? Why have they cut it?
Something's going on.
What's going on?
Across the street for me 2 weeks ago, I was just sitting, and I could see out my window, and a bear ran up the road. It went through their yard. And that happens every now and then, but it's been a while since I saw one. It was heading home wherever he lives in the woods.
So you've definitely got wildlife.
We got bears.
Yeah.
What do you do if you come across a bear in your garden?
Well, you just wait for it to leave because it will. It will keep going to someone else's yard and head toward the mountain or something. And sometimes they take the trash. So a friend of mine had them going into somebody's trash barrel, take out a white bag of trash, and take off with it in its teeth. It'll go spread it all over somebody else's backyard. But they had a problem for a couple of days. They keep coming back if they can get food. That's what they're here for. They're looking for food.
Yeah. I just think it's funny they take the whole trash bag.
Just
Always been trotters in the people's cats.
You have cats. Maybe that's why we don't have any cats.
Ricky says she can't remember. It's a long time since she read it, but she remembers being disappointed. Oh, that's a shame, Ricky. Linda Orm says she just sees squirrels. I spotted a squirrel outside our front window a couple of weeks ago as well. And we've got two magpies living in the tree out there.
We have squirrels in our garden.
We have a lot of squirrels,
Yeah.
Those are no problem.
Magpies, and I've got a hedgehog that comes in my garden every evening.
Did you know magpies can talk? Magpies have the ability to talk. Like parrots. I didn't know that.
No.
That's why they call people a magpie sometimes when they don't shut up. They call them a magpie.
And also when we got those big bins, you know, in the street further up, and there was something in there throwing stuff out, and I thought, oh my goodness me, it must be a rat. And it wasn't, it was the magpies that had gone in there looking for food. But they actually go in because they like quite a big opening in the bin, and they just go through it and go in there and search around for food.
For a house.
Oh,
well, I
dear.
think I'm going to end the video there. Thanks to everyone for joining us. Thank you, Maureen,
Yes.
Carol, and Leslie. If you want to come on in September, feel free. We'd love to have you again. The next live will be the end of September, because we don't start reading the book till the beginning of September. And thanks everybody for joining us in the chat, and thank you for everybody who watches this on replay as well.
Hey, thank you, Karen.
Try to get them to talk, Linda. So yeah, thanks everyone for coming on. I hope you enjoyed it.
Yes.
And I'll
very much so.
soon.
Yeah, I really enjoyed it. My first time.
Yeah, I was nervous, but this was fun.
Yeah, I was nervous. That's why I kept doing the wrong things.
Well, hopefully you can come on again, Carol. Maybe we'll mix the times up so it's better for you.
Yeah.
Or you could do it while you were walking.
I can do it while I'm walking.
Chat to it while you're walking. Okay, so I'll see everyone soon. Bye.
Okay, bye, Karen. Bye, everyone.